Hi, my name is Annie, and I would like to tell you a true story of how you can talk with God. The book is called Any Time, Any Place, and Any Prayer, and it's written by a lady called Laura Whiffler and illustrated by Catalina Echeverry. I hope you're sitting comfortably. Many years ago, nearly as long ago as you can go, two people lived with God in a beautiful garden. They were Adam and Eve, and they were friends with God. They could talk with him about every thought they had, every question they wondered, every feeling they felt. They told him anything, anytime. But one day, the devil slithered into the garden as a snake. He spoke to Eve and suggested that God did not love her and Adam. Adam and Eve decided that the snake's words sounded better than God's words. So they chose not to trust and obey God anymore. This is called sin. And sin spoiled beautiful things. Now, Adam and Eve were afraid of God. The next time God came to talk with them, they hid. But God found them. He told them that because of their sin, they would have to live outside God's garden, separated from him. Now, people couldn't be with God, but they could still talk with him. Talking with God is called prayer. But because of sin, prayer was sometimes a little hard. Sometimes people didn't know what to pray. Or sometimes they didn't know they wanted to pray. And sometimes they were just plain old scaredy pants. But God kept reminding his people that he wanted them to talk with him about anything, anytime, any place. So they prayed. When they felt their love for God so much they thought their hearts might burst. When they wanted something so badly, it was all they could think about, like Hannah in the Bible. When they knew they had sinned and needed forgiveness, like poor old Jonah. When they needed help to do the right thing. God's people prayed many times, millions and billions of times, until one day God the Father sent his Son, Jesus, to earth. Jesus invited people to be his friends. Because he was God, talking with him was like being back in the garden. It was awesome. Can you imagine being with Jesus in the garden like the picture? How lovely. And because Jesus was a man, he understood his friends' feelings and their questions about living in a world spoilt by sin. Yet Jesus was different from other people. He didn't ever sin. He always loved and obeyed his Father. Jesus talked with his Father anytime, any place, any prayer. He told God how he felt, what he needed, and what he was thinking. And you know, he also helped his friends know how to talk to God too. This is a prayer that you'll be very familiar with. Our Father in heaven, your name be honoured as holy. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And do not bring us into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. One day, Jesus told his friends that he had to leave this world. They begged him not to go. Jesus told them not to be afraid. Jesus promised to send God's Spirit to come and live in them, so they could be even closer to God than ever. The Spirit would be with them, all of them, everywhere they went. Basically, things would be even more awesome. But first, Jesus had to die on the cross because everyone sins. Everyone deserves to pay the cost of sin, which is to be separated from God forever. Instead, through his death, Jesus paid for our sins so that people could be with God forever. Jesus didn't stay dead. His Father raised him back to life, and Jesus went back to heaven and sent his Spirit to his friends, just as he'd promised. Now there was nothing stopping anyone from being friends with God. Jesus' friends didn't ever have to be afraid of talking with him about anything, anytime, any place. God said that anyone who loves and trusts Jesus as their friend and king can talk to him like this. You can pray about anything. You can tell God every thought you have, every question you wonder, every feeling you feel. You can pray when you feel your love for God so much you think your heart's going to burst. When you want something so badly, it's all you can think about. When you sin and need forgiveness. When you need help to do the right thing. You can pray for a friend who is sick, after a bad dream you've had, to say thank you for your food. Maybe even about adventures you'd want to go on, and what to do with your new ninja moves. Most of all, you can pray for God's help to love the things He loves and obey the things He says. And if you're really sad or things are really bad, and all you feel like you can do is groan and say, "Ah!" the Spirit will know exactly what you need, and He will pray for you. You can pray anytime, any place. In the morning, in the car, at the playground, in the nighttime, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, by yourself, or with your friends or your family. Someday, Jesus will return, and his friends will live with God in his perfect and beautiful world forever. We'll talk with God face to face, just like in the garden. Until then, we can talk with God anytime, any place, and any prayer. Why not do it right now?